I don't even know where to start. Hi everyone, this is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. Please press the like button, subscribe, share, comment. I'm always looking forward to the dialogue. I also appreciate it when you guys dialogue with other people. We have awesome content creators out there. Just kind of see who is providing valuable information out there. Click on their YouTube icon and see if they have a channel that features private security training or private security guard concepts. There's a lot of great channels out there. A lot of these channels were actually mutual subscribers. Anyhow, in today's video, we are going to be talking about the current state of armed private security training. Now, you're probably watching this video and wondering, what the hell, what are these guys thinking? Or you might be watching the video and saying, Sean, I saw that the training, it looks pretty neat, it looks pretty realistic. Where can I get that training? There's two schools of thought on that. So I'm just gonna give my opinion. And some of you might be wondering, Sean, what security company is this? I am based in California, and I know a lot of the security companies out here. I know a lot of the private security training companies out here. This company is a private security training company and also a private security company. They have a private patrol operator license, which allows them to contract private security officers in the state of California. I am not going to disclose this company's name. I probably have one of them who is a follower on this channel. I try my best not to criticize in public. And when I do so, I tried not to disclose the company's name at all, because we start bashing people out there, they're gonna shut us off. They're not gonna be open to different ideas. So I'm not going to disclose the name of the company, the training company as well. If I see anybody that discloses the name of the company, I usually don't do this, but I will delete or block your comment. Again, I try not to block comments. It's very rare that I block comments. It's usually, you guys know what the comments I block. It's the adult, 18 and over websites for adults. Those are the ones that I block. I rarely block comments that are made from you guys to me or to other people, unless it's rude and totally disrespectful. Okay, so I have some reservations with the way that this security company is training private security. California Vehicle Code 27002 states that no vehicle should be equipped with an audible siren. So you can't have it. You also can't use it. Now the argument is this security company patrols government accounts or private property, and they're not on public lands. Let me say this, that there's tons of private properties out there that have a California Vehicle Code exemption or a Vehicle Code exemption that was agreed upon with the city or jurisdiction. So basically, law enforcement is able to enforce the traffic laws on that private property, and there's usually a sign, and there's a Vehicle Code section that appears with that signage. So if that's the case, if the Vehicle Code does apply on the private property, if there was a prior agreement before you landed on that contract or before you were assigned to the post, and those agreements are usually with the city clerk's office or the county recorder's office most of the time. That means you cannot be patrolling with your patrol car on that property with that audible siren. It doesn't even matter if you have it on or off. You can't have it. You cannot have it in the vehicle in that situation. Now, if it's private property, again, this is one of these gray areas. For public property, that's obviously a violation of 27002. But let me ask the security company this: if you're the security company, you own this company or you manage this company, I'm going to ask you this: well, how did you get to the range? Did the private parking lot get up from the ground and float to the range? No, you drove there. You see what I mean? I understand the concept, guys, but as trainers, as private security company trainers, we need to be showing our people what the law allows. Now, on another side, in their defense, in the security company's defense, I think that they're trying to train their officers um, how to shoot while being distracted. Because in a real life situation, there's not a firearm instructor that's yelling threat, 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 or fire, 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 or green, 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 or a buzzer goes off, or a whistle goes off. In real life, that doesn't happen. Usually the situation unfolds and the lethal force encounter magnetates you as a private security officer. So I see what they're doing. They're trying to create the confusion and chaos. Same thing with the lights. I love the light idea though. I love the lights. They have the green light and the yellow light. Again, trying to cause confusion, different lighting environments. I love the creativity. You got to give it to them as well. To train with the lights, the sirens, you guys, let's not do that. In California, if you're from another state that allows sirens, it's a totally different situation. Also, let me ask you this. If you're a security company, are you going to respond to a lethal force encounter with lights and siren? Because we have a general consensus on this channel that we are going to observe and report from a safe distance. Obviously, that's not the case with every security company. Now, there's security companies out there that are not only observe and report, there's stop the problem. There's active shooter situations out there. And there's security companies that have contracted just for that circumstance. In that case, I can see the utility of responding with lights, depending on your state, the siren. The lights are to get everyone else out of the way, to clear your path. Whether it works or not, that's another issue, especially when they're amber color or white color. Again, that's another issue. Another issue I have is the safe distance to shoot a steel plate is typically 15 yards depending on the ammunition. If you use frangible ammunition, you can go a lot closer. I shot steel with frangible ammunition at the LAPD Academy back in 2015, and I think we're about 5 yards away, and I got a lot of the feedback from the pieces of the frangible ammunition. I don't have a picture with me, but I actually got hit with some of the fragments on my hand, and it actually drew some blood. So you gotta be really careful, especially with frangible ammunition. Steel should be 15 yards, which is 45 feet. I'm not too sure that they were within that distance at all. As for moving and shooting, they're running from one station to another. I think that's good. You're getting the heart rate up. You're learning, you're teaching yourself how to shoot under stress. I love that idea. What I did not like, though, if the threat was not illuminated. Now, I don't know these instructors' qualifications. I don't know if they've been to low light combat school or low light instructor school. My school was a 2-day course, and we just focus on low light environments. In California, the minimum certificate you need to teach these sorts of classes and offer certified firearms training is the NRA law enforcement course, which is an excellent course. That course is challenging. I learned a ton taking that course. It's about a 44-hour course. Sometimes it's 40 hours, just depends on the instructor. But that course is great. And there's a low light portion to it, but it's only about 4 hours. So I don't know what type of low light training these instructors have been to. Maybe they're prior military. I don't even know. I went to the website and I couldn't see any of their credentials, which sometimes that's an issue. If you don't tell your audience who you are, then how are you going to show that you're qualified? But some people are able to get away with it based on their reputation in the industry. Okay, but you typically want to identify the threat with an illuminated device. So most of the time it's your white light source coming from your flashlight. How can you shoot at something if you don't know that it's a threat or not? And that's the problem I have with that training. Now, I don't know if the ambient lighting was great enough in order for the students to see that the target was a threat, but from what I'm looking at, I'm just looking at darkness. At about 3 to 5, maybe 6, maybe sometimes 7 yards, depending on the ambient lighting, you can actually identify the threat and many times it's a waste of time to illuminate the threat those distances if there's enough ambient lighting. But when you go to 15 yards and especially 25, my students, especially when I teach low light combat, they have a very difficult time identifying the threat, and they're very hesitant, which is good. You should be hesitant at 15 yards and 25 yards. So I would have liked to see in that video some type of illumination, maybe from the spotlight of the unit. I would also like to see firing from the unit. I mean, you're in a gunfight. The threat is downrange. Work at your vehicle and maneuver around it and get some positions at advantage. And if you need to work your way forward and outflank or flank out the suspect, then by all means do that. So I would like to see a little bit more work in that. Otherwise, I do like the concept that they're driving in there, hot, and then they're addressing the threat. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think. Have you been to any type of low light combat training, whether it be law enforcement, military, especially private security? I'd like to know how are you being trained out there in private security? So I'm looking forward to the dialogue, and you guys, please make intelligent options out there, intelligent decisions out there. Thank you.